The topic today is flood mitigation update, not flood mitigation answers. Carolyn Kopus approached me several months ago and asked me to do this. And I said, why don't we wait until May? We should have the chief's report from the Corps of Engineers. There'll be a lot to talk about. Well, we don't have the chief's report, but there is a lot to talk about. Finally, in probably January, late December, Mayor, we started asking questions. Is the chief report still going to be on schedule? Is it going to be done on time? Didn't get too many straight answers, and started to realize that we probably were looking at a delay. The agency technical reviews came back with a higher cost and prompted the Buffalo District to come back to the community and say, we think we can get the project back on pace with a lower cost estimate, but it's going to take more time and more dollars. At that point, the county commissioners and the mayor, Paul Schmelzer, and the folks here in the community said, no, it's time to move on. One of the reasons that we were looking forward to the May chief's report was that if we had that chief's report in hand with the potential of the ODOT project for a widening of I-75 bidding in late 2017, it would give us the opportunity to at least have the potential for some of the excavated material coming from the diversion channel to be used for the I-75 widening project. If we'd have continued with the Corps to the completion of the chief's report, there'd be no way that we could have had a plan together to make the material available from the diversion channel for the ODOT project. We're still working with ODOT, the potential contractors that might be bidding on the ODOT project to see if this is feasible. We still think it has some possibilities, but we don't have an answer for that for you today. We've not been able to get geotechnical borings along the exact alignment. That's one of the first things that we need to try to do to establish exactly where bedrock is, what's the type of soil material that we have in there. Is that soil material conducive to be used on the ODOT project for the embankment material they're going to need? One thing that we will continue with as we move forward is purchase and demolition of repetitively flooded residences and businesses. 61 buildings in the community will still have 1 foot of water above their first floor, even if the diversion channel is constructed. So obviously those are the ones that we're targeting. We need to have a willing buyer. We are a willing buyer in most cases. We need to have a willing seller. There are 32 additional buildings that are within the floodway of the Blanchard River and Eagle Creek, besides the 61 buildings that I mentioned earlier. So an additional 100 properties. That's if the diversion channel is built. If the diversion channel is not built, we could easily look at the potential for 400 to 500 properties that should be purchased, just because of the level of floodwaters that could get into their properties if we had another 2007 event. We also need to complete a development of a green space plan. One of the requirements of getting those federal funds through the HMGP programs is, what are you going to do with this space now that there's no longer a building on it? You can't put a building back on it. What are you going to do with it? So we've had several discussions with the Findlay Downtown Area Association, regional planning. So we're working on a plan. Hopefully within the next 2 months or so, I would say, Matt Cordanier and his staff at regional planning will have some thoughts for us. We really need to look, especially that area just north of the river, east of Main Street. What do you folks want that to look like? Do we just plant grass, keep it mowed, keep it neat? What do we do? I've been asking that question of people for almost 9 years now and haven't gotten a lot of answers. So we can certainly use your help with what you want these areas to look like.